Hey everyone, I'm Phillip Kennedy Johnson, writer and co-creator of The Last God, a comic book series from DC Black Label. No fantasy book is complete without a map, and we were fortunate enough to have fantasy cartographer Jared Blando help us with ours. With locations as massive and epic as Cain Anuun, Tir Galad, and the pinnacle of the Guild Eldritch, we knew early on that we wanted to give readers a look behind the curtain and show them more of the world than they'd be seeing in the comic series. The Sourcebook gave us the opportunity to do that. Now readers and gamers can write their own stories there and show our characters what they would have done differently.
And now it's time for the grand finale. Our heroes are stranded in the Riverlands in the frozen north, and they still have a little girl they need to get back home. You all find yourselves standing in 2 solid feet of snow with the wind howling out of the east and nearly whiteout conditions in an apparently featureless frozen wasteland. And behind you is a flat crystalline structure that seems to just break the space around it, cobwebbed with cracks, but apparently eternal, and a dim, dull purple.
Well, I feel like I should have brought a sweater, but if anybody wants some meat, I have some to go, and that will help you warm up, right? That's how that works, right?
That's true.
You guys see anything?
This may be difficult terrain for Ridley, so Ridley, I will acquiesce and go against my former policy. If you want, you can hop up on my shoulders. Let's do this.
Well, it's so strange that you would offer to do this now when I do not experience difficult terrain. But, I'll take you up on it, as a gesture of friendship.
Good.
And you heft the little rock creature onto your shoulders, forming as if your own warrior height has been enhanced. With a stronger form of armor than any known, the living rock that is Ridley.
Yes, in some ways I'm not so much a combatant as I'm just 12 more hit points you can burn through real quick.
Exactly. Have you ever been thrown into battle before, Ridley?
Yes.
Okay.
How did it go?
It didn't go well, don't do it.
So, you're standing here in the snow, there's a dim, dull purple surface behind you, and you seem to be the only people here. What do you do?
Ridley, are you eating snow?
Yep.
Impressive.
I'm made of stone,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of rubbing it on my face going, this is interesting. I haven't seen this before.
Yes, it's new. Ridley, can you track that weapon again?
It won't last much longer, but yes, that way.
Hro, I say we travel north following your lead because you know this area.
Yes.
When we get further, I will use my divine sense and see if we can continue tracking that way.
Understood. On we go. I'll take the lead. Like I said, I am a fearless wanderer. Excellent navigator in the wild. We have a direction. I will immediately move toward it without fear, confusion, or pause. Let's go.
That is exactly what occurs as you line up in the track that Hro is opening in the snow, with Nafla and Sid mounted on top of Nogalnoozer, and Ridley on Hro's shoulders. You trundle northward through the tundra that is Hro's missed homeland? Not missed homeland? Have you been back in a while?
I haven't. Not since I left for mysterious reasons. My sister died, and I tracked down my sister's killer, but nobody knows about that. So I've got mixed feelings about being back. It's like you don't want to go to your hometown, Blockbuster Video and walk in and see your old high school buddies. It's awkward.
But you know that this is where Keelok went, and Keelok has Julie, and he may be armed with all kinds of stuff from the lair of Ralsh, and you're spotting Hro the tracks as you go. It seems like he had a pretty good head start on you, for reasons that we're just gonna rule based on when the thing disappeared. Don't do the math. But he's gotten a fair ways ahead of you in the snow. But you continue on that track. And can everybody give me just a perception check for this portion of the journey northward, please?
9.
9 from Ridley.
15 total.
All right.
Also 9.
13 total.
All right. You feel like you have a good handle on this landscape, and by that I mean nothing is changing. You occasionally see a snowbank that's closer or farther away, but the wind is raging around you and changing directions, and past a few dozen feet away, everything dissolves into white. And only each other's shapes are standing out against this landscape of the frozen north. You could be traversing across what should be a grassy field, or one of the frozen rivers permanently frozen themselves, under which the civilization of the crossed men and the other early humans developed. You don't know. You're just in a world of snow, and so it continues until you see something. There's a shape ahead in the snow.
What do you see, Hero?
Is it this last blockbuster video that you said you found?
Yes. We have found it in Alaska, the last one. I'm going to take out of my equipment, I have a bearskin cloak. I'm going to take it and throw it to Nauthala so that you have it. Because this is my stomping grounds. This is my hometown. I'm good. I can be bare-chested in this piece. I'm good. My spare, there it is. There we go. If Hro sees this shape first, am I rolling for perception, survival, or nature? What is the makeup of this shape?
You are going to probably just do an investigation if you get close to the shape there.
Okay, well, I got no skill proficiency bonuses for that, so here we go. I rolled a 3.
That's going to basically mean that you're standing there kind of having trouble processing what you see as the second group of you joins. As Sid and Nauthala catch up on the back of Noble Newser, you are standing dumbfounded because stretched out in the snow is the dead body of Keelok.
Oh my lord. Wow.
So you are sort of thrown off by all of this when a little ways off in the indistinguishable white, you hear, unmistakably,
"For the Queen of Rivers, leave my city alone!"
Oh no.
Julie! I head in the direction of the little girl Julie yelling with her pretend sword that's going to be able to scream at an enemy.
The last thing that you notice as Hro heads off, and I'm guessing the rest of you follow him.
Yep.
Ridley, you were so distracted by the wounds to this body, to Keelok's body, that you're only just noticing one more thing is missing. He's not wearing any boots.
Oh!
As you all tromp through the snow.
No!
Oh no!
I know what it is.
I think I know too. Oh,
You
don't want to know.
Surrounded by a world of whiteness, and as you go towards the sound of Julie's voice, when you think you should almost be reaching it, out of the featureless white expanse looms an enormous and terrifying figure. An impossibly tall man, a gray shell of a man in what was once a hunter's attire, his half-rotting flesh dripping down into the snow and emitting an unearthly howl of a woo, and at his belt, a series of ancient, decaying boots of various sizes. And you have encountered a rhyme foot.
Oh no.
This is not good. On behalf of my native land, I apologize. This is gonna be gnarly.
You are confronted with a huge monster emerging from the whiteness, who doesn't seem to have expected you, but is standing a good few paces off from the group.
Do I see, if I'm the first to arrive, if I'm close, do I see Julie anywhere?
You don't see her yet, but it sounds like she should just be on the other side of where he's standing.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to go into a rage.
Here we go.
This is what happens. 3 times I can enter a rage as a bonus action. While raging, the following parameters apply. I've got advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When I make a melee weapon attack, which of course I have my greatsword out, that's a melee weapon, and I'm using strength for this melee weapon, I gain a +2 bonus to the damage roll. I can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action also, and if I do, when my rage ends, I'll suffer 1 level of exhaustion. So I can technically do 2 little attacks. But I can't cast or concentrate on spells. But guess what? I'm not a magic user. It doesn't matter, baby. I want to rage.
And you can almost see the energy coming off of Hro, who has grown up. Have you heard the legends of Rhymefoot before, Hro?
Oh yes, and the steam is coming off of my bare chest in the snow.
Everybody has one chance to do something.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Bless on all 3 of them. This is one of my last spells, guys. It's not a cantrip. So I'm blessing up to 3 creatures of my choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to the attack or a saving throws.
Well, I'm going to hop off Nogglenoosor, and I suggest you do as well.
I too jump off of Nogglenoosor.
Now it is time to roll initiative.
I got a 17.
Same.
19.
12.
All right. Sid, you are first up to confront the Rhymefoot.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm sending Nogglenoosor ahead to attack/distract.
An attack/distract is also known as an attract. So that's what Nogglenoosor is doing.
He's gonna attract him, and I am going to sneak.
I need you to please roll an attack for Nogglenoosor.
Okay. That is a 10 then.
First blood is going, or whatever passes for blood for the Rhymefoot, is going to Nogglenoosor, who is going to take an eviscerating bite very grossly out of the leg of this monstrosity. He's going to take a nice little chunk out of Rhymefoot, but not only does he seem disgusted, but it seems like those powerful jaws should have come away with more flesh. It seems like it should have landed better. He's a vicious, mighty creature. And it just, you have a sense.
I knew I should have been feeding him more protein. That's on me. That's on me, and I apologize.
It's not your fault, Sid. It's not your fault.
All right.
All right, Sid, meanwhile, you are sneaking up behind?
Can I sneak attack or just sneaking?
Let's see what happens. Make a roll for it.
Okay. Okay. Do I add my stealth onto that?
I wish. I'm sorry. But you are benefiting from your regular bonuses. You got a 2?
I got a 2. Do I also get the attack bonus from being blessed?
You do. You are going to get the extra 1d4 on this attack roll, and you're going to get your attack bonus. It's +5.
+5? Mm-hmm. +5, +2.
9.
9.
You take a good swing at him, but you do not connect with the monstrosity as you're watching, maybe processing Nogglenoozor's attempted bite out of him.
It's hard to see in the snow. It's okay. It's okay.
Ridley, we're calling it you first.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I am going to try to go around as far away from combat as possible and search behind Rhymefoot to see if I can find Julie.
Nice. Ridley breaks off from the group and is going to try to track for where the little girl is.
Mm-hmm.
Your locate object spell is wearing off essentially now.
Right. I'm okay just rolling for it.
Yeah. And that is going to be, do you want to go with survival or investigation?
I'm going to go survival.
All right. Roll survival to see if you can wander off from your friends into the featureless white expanse, little rock fella.
This is looking bleak. 5 + 3, so it's an 8.
You're definitely sure that you are going away from the group, but you have not yet exactly found what you're looking for. You feel like you're probably going the right way, though.
Okay.
And next up, Hro! Raging Hro!
I'm slicing at this thing's face or heart. That's what I'm going for, okay? So I'm raging. I have a great sword. I am leaping for a melee weapon attack. I get a +5 to hit. My reach is 5 feet with one target, so this creature's within and this is going to be slashing damage if I hit. And remember, because I am raging, I'm also in a frenzy, so I'll be able to do a bonus action after the fact, okay? Okay, here we go. The first one is a 7 + 5, 12. Do I hit?
It glances sideways off of the ancient armor he appears to be wearing. Do you come in for another swing?
Of course, this bonus action. I'm in a frenzy. Of course, Amy, of course. Okay, so please. And I'm going to suffer 1 level of exhaustion for this, but it's worth it. One more great sword hit, +5 to attack. 9 +5 to attack. I'm up to the 14.
Oh. Wait, did you use your +4, your extra D4 from Bless?
It's a 2.
That makes it 16, right?
Yes.
Ka-chunk!
Yes.
This one sinks into the freshly dented side of the hulking creature with his scraggly hair and a permanent, almost immortal scowl. As you take a chunk out of the side, roll me some damage on that, please.
I did. It's 2d6. I rolled a 3 and a 3, so that's 6. +5 because I'm raging. That's 11 points of damage. 11.
Now, you have a solid hit on him. You know you connected, but once again, it feels like it's just not getting through to him quite as much as you wanted. So with that, knowing that you definitely got to him a little bit, do you want to do anything else on your turn?
I don't know that I can. So I'm just going to kiss my little item and whisper my sister's name. Jair, help me. That's it.
And for that, you're going to get an inspiration coin that you can spend during this to give yourself advantage on an upcoming roll. Thank you for both raging and mourning in your true Northman fashion. And next up, I believe we have Naufla.
Yeah, oh God, yes. Okay. So first, I would like to cast Wrathful Smite, which is a bonus action. Wrathful Smite is the next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during this spell's duration, your attack deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. Then Nathula stands there and she's seeing all this happening, and you can just see that there's like more and more light glowing all around her. And she throws off of her cloak and raises her hand to the heavens and channels divinity, the gift of the Fae. So as an action, I can imbue the weapons of up to 5 creatures of your choice who you can see with Fae magic. As I'm watching everything happening, I'm seeing the weapons aren't doing as much damage as they should against this guy. So I choose, obviously, all of my party that they all now have Fae damage that they give as they fight this guy. Magic now!
Bursting out from Naufla, your paladin, in every direction, the teal magic of the ancient Fae creatures, the blessings bestowed on her to go out and protect and caretake the world, extend into each of you.
To me, one of the most important and fascinating aspects of fantasy world building is religion. Nearly every race in Cain Anuun has many faiths. Every one of them has its own gods, and all of them are different. But all religions in Cain Anuun share one common element, that in the farthest east, there's a black stair that goes on forever, past the edge of creation into the void itself, and that something endless and terrible lives there. Mal Ultep, the god in the void.
And Sid, you watch both of your daggers alive with almost a teal fire rippling up and down them. Hector, your warhammer is engulfed in this teal glowing energy swirling from the handle up around its edge. You can feel your weapons glowing now, and you have a feeling this is gonna make a difference.
All right.
Amazing! And with that, I do need, just real quick, Sid, make me a basic stealth roll.
17 plus 5. 22.
Okay. Rhymefoot has not noticed that you're behind him and is focused on the Ursulon in front of him. So he is going to take it all out on poor Nogelnoozer. He is
better
going
not
to
hurt my boy.
do a lopsided bite. Oof, which unfortunately is gonna hit. And luckily not very hard.
This is one of those stories where the animal sidekick dies. I'm gonna be really bummed out
Me too, man.
the rest of the day.
Me too.
Y'all better hurry. So next up, that was his entire attack, which brings us back to Sid.
Did Nogelnoozer go? He's first, right?
Sure. We'll let Nogelnoozer go. What do you want him to do? He takes another bite, or?
I would like, oh my boy. Okay. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna have Nogelnoozer attack again.
He's gonna take another, swipe of Clawed Rage at the Rhymefoot, and he is going to hit for 12 slashing damage. Unfortunately, because he is not a weapon, his damage is still just claws. The rest of you have the glowing energy, but the Ursulon is still just swiping with pure natural fury at him. But it still takes a chunk out of him,
Cool.
and he is still distracted by it. And what are you doing, Sid?
Okay, I am going to, I'm going to try to get up on him and double slice with my daggers. I'm gonna do a little, kick flip up on top of him.
A kickflip to a mounted sneak attack on the back of the enormous monstrosity. Give me a roll for that, please.
Okay, I got 15, and then plus, do I roll my d4 again?
Yes, and add a +1.
+1, and this is a sneak attack?
So if this lands, you're about to have some extra thing, and I have a good news. You feel it sinking into his flesh. His undead, rotting excuse for flesh. Both of those daggers find their marks in his left shoulder blade. As you sink those daggers in there, what's that damage on there? And add those sneak attack bonuses.
1d4. 1d4 is 4.
Awesome.
2d6. Oh, 6.
Dang, okay.
3.
All right, so that's 10 plus 3 plus the 3 twice. 13, 16, 19 points of damage?
Ooh, those are some spicy knives.
As hunked into the back of Rhymefoot the monstrosity, who is reeling from that blow. Thank you very much. And not looking even worse, and still bellowing helplessly, oh, in the wind. As Sid, you sink those daggers in there. Heck, yeah. Next,
Stab you in the back, friend.
Ridley, I believe you are up in the snow.
I say quietly, excuse me, Julie, I will look for you in just a moment. And I turn around and I cast Toll the Dead on the Rhymefoot.
Nice.
Ooh, tell me about
He's
Toll the
going to
Dead.
he has to do a wisdom saving throw of save 13, or else he's going to take some necrotic damage.
How much necrotic damage?
It is 1d8 if the target is missing any of its hit points. It instead takes 1d12. That's if is that his max hit point reducer, or if he's just taken a hit?
He's definitely lost some hit points.
Okay, well then I'm gonna roll a d12, and we're gonna say that's what I'm doing. Three points of necrotic damage.
Still counts. 3 points he ain't getting back. Ridley, who has avoided engaging with the violence, nevertheless cannot help themselves when their companions are in their hour of need, and reaches back to contribute one little stony fist into putting a little dent into the monstrosity of Rhymefoot. Heck yeah. And then I'm going to say you still get your movement to sort of move in the direction of where you think the little girl is.
I'm gonna keep looking,
Yeah. All right. Next up, Crow.
My rage lasts for 1 minute. Has it been 1 minute
Nope.
since I last? So I'm still in my first one.
We're at like 12 seconds, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
This is all happening very quickly.
Still in a rage. Great sword. Here we go. And I'm going to use my gold-plated D20, baby. This is it. This is it right here. Gold plated. Here we go. I get it's this plus 5, and then am I still getting...
do you want to use inspiration to roll this with advantage?
Yes.
Which would mean you can roll twice and pick the higher one?
Inspiration coin. Yes, I will. Okay, so here we go. I'll roll twice. That's heavy. Ooh, that's a 17. Wait.
Woohoo!
18. I'm going to go with the 18 on this one, plus 5. So I have a 23. Do I still roll the D4 that
yes,
Ridley
you do.
was bonus? Okay, so I'm at 23. 26. Is that a hit?
It is definitely gonna be a hit.
Okay.
You have rushed up towards him and you're swinging your greatsword at him. And how big a chunk exactly do you take out of the hide of the Rimefoot?
4 plus 4. Wow. Plus 5. So that is a hefty amount.
13 points!
13? Thank you.
He is staggering. He looks as if the bits that have been held together by the magic of hate and loss and the brutality of the frozen north are starting to almost want to melt into the snow as you take a chunk out of his left thigh. And you are standing in front of him while Sid is on his back. You've closed with the Rimefoot. And Nafla.
Nafula is just like reveling in everyone fighting with Fey damage and just loving every second of it. She gets her warhammer at the ready and just runs up to attack him. I'm using my rose gold medal.
Ooh, amazing.
18!
Ha ha! 18 is going to be more than enough for you to close the distance with the Rimefoot and heft your warhammer and come down for how much?
So it's 1d8 plus 2. 5, 6, 7. And then, because I still had my spell before, the Wrathful Smite, another 1d6. 6, give me 6. 3. 9, 10.
So for 10. A total of 10?
Yeah, total of 10.
The Rimefoot is being taken apart piece by piece and limb by limb. He is still standing, but he's beginning to look more like a giant skeleton. Only the mournful look of twisted rage on his face is really remaining as you hack away at his side and his shoulder and his back, tottering as if about at any moment to drop to the ground stands the Rimefoot, surrounded by our party. So with that, each of our heroes has taken a chunk, in some cases literally, out of the Rimefoot. And here is where things get very interesting, because it is his turn, and he can see before him several creatures closely within his grasp, and he has what is known as an Undead Obsession. The unique source of Rimefoot's undeath has caused it to become obsessed with stealing the boots of all boot-wearing creatures it encounters. The legend of this creature, which is coming back to some of you who have studied this now, is that he is the specter of a hunter, betrayed and wounded, who was left for dead by a friend who stole his most valuable possession, in his case, his extremely good boots. And he is now cursed by undeath to wander the frozen wastelands, trying to redress that wrong, trying to repay the debt that was done to him of evil long ago, but instead inflicting it on everyone around him. And he is going to swipe at Hro and try to take your boots.
Good luck, creature.
All right. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Okay, I have got a 13. Let me roll the d4. 14, 15. 15 is what I got.
That is the exact number. By inches, you pull your legs away from the grasping arms of the Undead Obsession of Rimefoot, who bellows again into the sky, frustrated by his eternal quest to find boots that he can wear again, and willing to kill anyone in his path to make it happen. But he stands there helplessly as once more, Sid, it's you. Or the Ursuline.
I would like to
whoever
pitch
wants to go
something
first.
to the GM.
Yeah.
I have a bonus action called Cunning Action, and it means I can interact with an object.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take my boots and throw them, and then do some arrow damage.
Throw the boots, and then what are you going to shoot at? The boots or him?
Him.
All
when
right,
he's getting
fantastic.
the boots.
Yes. You know what? That is 100% what happens. I love this so much. You use Cunning Action, your ability to move as swiftly and stealthily and surely, and you pull off your own boots and fling them in front of Rhymefoot, who, frustrated in the moment of failing in his Undead Obsession, immediately spots them and goes for them. Yes, starts walking out that way, lumbering past you all in their direction, and then what happens?
Ooh, and then I take a shot with my arrow, baby.
Please roll that attack. Add your
Okay.
1d4, add your bless.
Okay, so we got that's a 9. 1d4 is 10, 11, 12.
Damn, it goes wide, but you have there's a clear shot at him. For Ridley, you back? You want to do anything? Or what are you doing on this turn?
I'm going to try and cast Toll the Dead on him one more time. So I'm going to reach out again and make a holy bell
extremely
ring in
wounded.
his head.
Mhm.
Let's get a wisdom saving throw from him.
Yes. Yeah, that's a 4.
Great. He takes 11 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. Lumbering past you all in the quest for the boots, the terrifying, enormous monstrosity crumbles into ooze in front of your eyes and
Gross.
spreads into a rotting puddle in the snow.
And then I go back to looking.
Ridley, you immediately find you were not very far off. You see Julie; she is fine. You are able to scoop her up and return to the group, and you are all standing there. And the Rhymefoot is no more.
Yay!
I give her my armor and my hood to make sure she stays warm.
She's very small, so it's a little big on her. But the hood she can wear basically as a cloak.
I'm 3 feet tall. She'll grow into it soon.
That's true. She's very proud. She feels like a real warrior. She's got her wooden sword, and she says, "This has been a very upsetting day. Remember Nathaloa when you were far from home." And she starts crying and clinging to your leg. So you're standing in the snow. Keylok is dead, and you have Julie. What do you do?
I'd like to loot the body of Keylok, please.
Keylok is on Keylok's body. You find the sort of crappy armor that he was wearing, and you find within his pocket a document where he had started keeping track of all the very cool, weird, dangerous things that he found back in the lair of Ralsh. Do you make your way back to the gate?
Yes.
Yes.
Fun fact: the gate does nothing.
I try to examine it to see if there's anything I can do.
You do. Can you make me an Arcana check just to see what you know about these?
14?
That's gonna do it. This is, in fact, one of the crystalline gates that most reasonably advanced wizards of a certain ring of the Guild Eldritch are able to create. They are permanent, and when you create them, a second gate is created on the other side, but it can only be operated by a command word or phrase.
Look at those notes that you just found.
Weirdly, scrawled on those notes are the lyrics to that damn song.
Time to see who's got a singing voice as beautiful as our game master. Who wants to give that a shot? Who wants?
We all as a group look to Julie.
Julie.
Of course. Julie.
Julie. Oh,
Julie, get us out of here. Only I kneel before Julie and I say, only a hero such as yourself could get us out of this mess. Would you please sing the song?
Remember Nauthlaloa. And at those words, meaning Nauthla's home, the gate swirls back into glowing purple life And you all are all able to go back through with Nogelnoozer, with Julie in tow, to the empty and magic item-filled lair of Ralsh, a short and easy trip away from the village where Varla waits anxiously for her daughter's return.
Yay!
Thank you all so much!
That was so fun.
Very quickly, what do you all do after this adventure? What becomes of the party?
Mead.
Yeah. I second that. I'm with Sid.
Cheers.
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 Cheers! Thank you all so much for coming on this adventure. Thank you to the amazing creators of the world of the Last God and this source book that we got to play with. I hope everyone has this much fun at home. Thank you, and we will see you next time on DC Daily.
Thank
Bye,
you,
y'all.
Amy. Thank you, Amy. You're great. Bye.